Good morning, beautiful people. It is Tuesday morning, May 11th. And I promised a video yesterday and didn't get around to it actually because I hadn't finished my shopping yet. I just finished it this morning. So I wanted to give you a full update. I did Costco yesterday morning when they first opened up at 10 a.m. There were people in the parking lot, but not a whole lot that early in the morning. I got there around 10:20. First of all, I'm sorry, I'm looking at notes because I tried to notate as much as I could because I didn't videotape anything. Kind of awkward. Meat prices are definitely up. We're talking about Costco now. Especially the beef. I happen to get a few racks of lamb, which I normally buy there because on average I get them around $14 or $15. In the last month alone, they've gone up to $19, $20, $21. But I happened to grab a couple yesterday that were like right at $15 and $16. So I grabbed a couple of those for the freezer. There was pork, not that much of it. And I honestly cannot recall the price because we have we have several pork loins in our freezer, so I wasn't really paying attention to the price. I did notice the raw seafood. They did have clams, which they didn't have that many of those. They did have more mussels than clams. And they did have a variety of fish. As far as, let me think, they had catfish, tilapia, farm-raised, and wild salmon. But it wasn't that much of any of those. I mean, it was some, but it wasn't like stacked to the rafters. I did notice they had no raw shrimp because that's one of the main reasons I went in there, because they have those jumbo shrimp and they usually sell them in 2-pound trays. And that's mainly where I get my shrimp from. They had no raw shrimp. They had no raw lobster. And they had no raw tuna. They had, of course, canned tuna, but I'm talking about like in the seafood department. Chicken was available in those packets of, 8 or 10, where they have them divided up, whether it's the tenderloin or the chicken breast or the drumsticks. I hardly ever see wings in Costco, so I didn't take that into account. I know canned chicken is up. If I'm not mistaken, Daniel and I used to pay $6.99 or $7.99. I forgot which one it was. It was $9 and, hold on, I'm looking at my receipt. $9.79. It was either $9.69 or $9.79. It's almost $10 for the 6 cans of canned chicken. Let's see. Gas, I really didn't pay attention to because I mentioned to some of you guys, and I actually filled our tanks up Sunday before all this hit Monday. In fact, I went Saturday afternoon. As far as other stuff in Costco, I mean, it was about average. Eggs, milk, shelf staple milk, plenty of coffee, all that other stuff. So, I mean, I'm thinking Costco pulls from a warehouse or something. I'm not sure, but I know they're a warehouse in and of themselves, but you know what I'm saying. Have like a distribution center for their stores. So I'm thinking it would be a minute before they actually run out of anything. Except for that seafood. That seafood went pretty fast. Now, I went to Kroger this morning. I normally, well, half of the time, because I don't go there nearly as much as I used to, the Kroger on Summer Avenue by the TJ Maxx and the Ross in that shopping center. I normally go there for those that live in Memphis. But I've noticed that they're less stocked than any other store. So I hardly ever go there. I either go to the one in Bartlett on, Lord, what, the one in Bartlett, not that far from, off of Kirby Witten. That's the one I was talking about. Yeah. But I have noticed that the best stocked one is the one at Poplar and Truce. That's the one I went to this morning. And that's the one I went to actually last month as well. Because most of the Krogers are no longer carrying that private selection bread, or they have very, very limited amounts, if any at all. That one's stocked up real good. So I go to Poplar and Truce now. I did notice there, as far as the meat, everything was kind of iffy. There was hardly any pork, except for some pork tenderloins. And like I said, we already have a bunch of those. I did notice the chicken. Now, it's funny. You know, the large trays that they put shrink wrap or whatever they call it on there. They had boneless chicken breasts, and then right next to it, they had chicken wings. They did have some chicken wings, not a whole lot. It wasn't like even stacked halfway full. But the chicken breast was running between $11 and $13 for the tray. The same size tray of chicken wings was running anywhere between $17 and $19. When do breasts cost more than wings? I guess there is a wing shortage. As far as gas pricing, it looks like it's pretty much hovering. Granted, I do not drive all over Memphis, especially now when I've heard that some gas stations are actually running out of gas. Not so much here. I don't know about here in Memphis, but I've heard in Georgia and Florida, and I think a couple other states, gas stations are actually running out of gas, and they're not expecting deliveries for another 5 days or so, if it happens then, because the pipeline isn't back up yet. But yeah, as far as Memphis goes, from where I drove around, the little that I did drive around, gas is hovering about $2.69, $2.79. In the most expensive I've seen is like $2.99, I think. But that's pretty much it. So yeah, I went to, there's only 2 Costco's in Memphis. I usually go to the one on Germantown Parkway. I have been to the one at, is it Winchester? I have been there before, but it wasn't worth driving all the way out there when pretty much the one at Germantown is about the same, if not just a teeny bit better. So yeah, I go to that Costco, and like I said, the one that's most stocked, in my opinion, from the ones I have that I normally go to, is the Kroger at Poplar and Truce, if you're in Memphis. So guys, I guess that's about it. I did want to touch on something else, but I don't make long videos, so I'm going to save that for maybe another video. Go ahead and record it, and then maybe edit it, upload it later today or tomorrow, okay? And that one is regarding employment. All right, so guys, take care, God bless, and have a beautiful day.